I don't want to fuck no bitches you fucked.
Podcast, man, and there's certain moments that you have when you do these things, and I think it's more the moment.
These guys came from Woods of Delaware. Where was you from?
Now, who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him.
Listen, man, it's your boy D-Mac, man. Fire Nice Podcast.
Let me see him. Let me see him.
Welcome. It's the best night of the week. You are now rocking with the best. It's the Fire Nice Experience. Politics, current events, sports. From a black culture perspective, walk with us, as my boy would say. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're rocking with us, and we appreciate it.
Welcome everybody.
One love. You're welcome.
Everybody, man. Everybody tune in, man. Everybody.
Tuesday night reserved for the real. It's your boy P, flanked by the world's greatest, world renowned, often imitated but never duplicated. Fire Nice, give it up. It's another glorious Tuesday night, brothers. Another glorious Tuesday night. How we feeling?
For the ballers, man. Like I said, little big, better things, grade cup.
Okay.
Bro, so for the ballers, man.
Some things. Okay.
Y'all see it's starting to grow on people. We all starting to feel marvelous around here. You feel what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, and I guess around this time, like we always do, to all my people out in Bangor, Maine, all the way out to Barcelona, Spain, and to my bro, Beat Matt, doing his best to bring his ass home from Bucharest. I would like to give everyone out there a hello. And how are y'all?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Tell us about your week, man, before we begin. Anything special, man? Anything happen? Anything special? Anything noteworthy?
Yo, I went and got a job, man. I went and got a job, man.
I'm sorry, what?
I might need your Uber services. I got a job.
Oh, snap. Wow.
I guess on the opposite spectrum, man, I just quit my job.
Whoa.
Quit my job.
Wow, this is a interesting turn of events.
A couple days ago.
This is an interesting turn of events. So you go keep up with the jobby job.
Where you start? Where we start? We'll talk off camera.
Wow. Okay. This is an interesting development. Interesting. Well, so without further ado, man.
Matter of fact, I told Fresh when we started doing the podcast.
Jeez.
From the
Do you
beginning?
mean we or the humble beginnings?
Beginning.
October 2000.
And I told you when we get a spot, I was only going to do like what I was doing until we got the spot.
Mm-hmm.
I did what I was doing. We got the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know what I'm saying? So, no need for me to do those things no more, man.
I heard that.
I dig it.
I heard that.
No need for me to do those things.
Moving and shaking and moving.
Oh, man. I'm set. I'm grounded. I know, you know what I'm saying? I told I only did it for.
Okay. Say
So,
less.
I heard that.
Say less.
I don't need no more. I'll go ahead and give me, you know what I'm saying?
So
So
before we dig in, man, I want to give a shout out to the Concert Crew podcast, man. Freaks Barboni.
Yeah.
Them guys, man. Love y'all. Check out the Concert Crew podcast, the most comprehensive music podcast in the United States.
I have your lawn soon, man.
Yeah, we got something special for everybody. Big music special. Yeah, a lot of controversy.
18 for the 18.
We might even be before that. We got a lot of controversy going, man. We want to get a lot of controversy going with that. Them brothers is heavy debaters. And they from the way. And they from the way.
The 25th anniversary of the
25th anniversary of Hard Knock Life.
Volume 2.
Yeah. Check them out on all platforms, just like us, man. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Run them numbers up. We're about to make the conversion. Want to know how y'all feel about it? Hit the comments, man. As y'all going, we want y'all to follow us to YouTube. That's where it's at. We're gonna divert everything. And hey, Tail Davis, we heard you, baby. We heard you, Mop. We got you. We got you. Trust me, we got you. There was more to it than you even think about, man. There was more to it than you could think about that whole Go Talk thing, bro. Trust me, we was ready, full steam ahead.
So they ready?
Nah, tell through out there, man. Said, man, it's he said some things. So we'll talk about it. We'll get him in there. You know what I mean? Well, he said, man, we should have really ran with that thing. But when we try to go with the next leg of that thing, a couple of the participants was MIA. But it's cool. Life was lifing at the time. So
I said, man, this coming up, man. We might give y'all two. We might give y'all 2 shows a week, man.
it might happen. Yeah.
A Tuesday and a Saturday. Coming up in November, man. Coming up in November.
We know y'all gonna be in the crib, boo loving. You know what I mean?
Right.
Warm out. Holidays coming. You don't want to be out spending no money.
Walk with us.
Walk with us, man.
Walk with us.
Walk
with us. So listen, I was sitting home and I was perusing the interweb and I saw something and I realized, man, this doesn't get enough shine that it should get. So I figured, let's give it some rhyme. Let's give it some shine.
What's that?
This gotta be one of your favorite movies out there, man. Yeah, everybody's.
What would that be?
Do the Right Thing, man. 30 years later, Do the Right Thing, man.
It's been 30 years?
Yeah, it's been 30 years, man.
Wow.
In 30 years. In fact, Do the Right Thing is a 1989 American comedy drama film produced, written, and directed by Spike Lee. It stars Danny Aiello, Ossie Davis, Ruby Dee, Richard Edson, Giancarlo Esposito, Bill Nunn, John Turturro, and Samuel L. Jackson, and is the feature film debut of Martin Lawrence and Rosie Perez. The story explores a Brooklyn neighborhood simmering racial tension between its African-American residents and the Italian-American owners of a local pizzeria, culminating in tragedy and violence on a hot summer day. Both a critical and commercial success, the film received numerous accolades, including Academy Award nominations for Best Original Screenplay and Best Supporting Actor for Aiello's portrayal of Sal, the pizzeria owner. In 1999, it was deemed culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant by the Library of Congress and was selected for preservation of National Film Registry. In 2022, the movie was ranked the 24th greatest of all time in Sight and Sound magazine's decennial poll of international critics, programmers, curators, archivists, and academics. It is also featured in other lists of best films ever. So, first thoughts, man, on Do the Right Thing first and foremost, man. Where was you in when Do the Right Thing came out in 1989, bro? Where were you?
89, I know I was on Kirkwood Street. Yeah, but that's not 30 years ago. 30 years ago was 93. I was still on Kirkwood Street. Glasgow High. I don't remember going to see it at the movies, but when I seen it on tape, no, it wasn't in 89. 30 years ago was it 89? That ain't
it came out in 89 though.
89. Okay, we was at Howard.
Do the Right Thing is a 1989 American comedy drama film produced and written by Spike
my
Lee.
hearing all fucked up, man. You know, man.
That's why
I did say 30 years.
Yeah,
I did say 30, but it's, I mean,
yeah, that's what I said. I thought I heard the 30 years.
I said, yeah, 30 years. Okay, do we want to get technical?
Nah, I just fucked
Is
it
y'all-
up. It just fucked him
Yeah,
up.
okay.
He thinking about 30 years ago where he was at. He
Yeah.
93 instead of 89.
Okay,
Yeah. My fault, man. Miscommunication, man. I heard the 30 years. But
I said 30 years, so I stand corrected in term. I lose roughly 30 years. Okay,
but it came out today, though.
no, it didn't come out today. I just decided that because we do what we want to do. We don't gotta wait for no anniversary. We do what we want to do. We do what we want to do here.
Well, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Black movie, action movie. It touched on so many things that are still culturally relevant to today, where we have so many factors to go into why we do and don't like other cultures and other races and other people like that. Man, it's sad that as America they keep telling us that it's these are the things that we garner in America, being all inclusive and this and that. But when you watch the movie, that was one of the most perfect synopsis and ways to show in 2 hours, 90 minutes or whatever, to show just how real and palpable and tangible the race line is in America. And it just took a hot day for it all to boil down to something really real. And a lot of people don't understand those circumstances. They exist in all of our lives in a lot of ways. It just happened to be shown out how they showed it in that movie, but it just summed up things so well. That's one of my favorite movies, period.
What about you, bro? What was your initial thoughts, man? Do the right thing.
Man, I was 89. I was young, 11, 12 years old, but that was my joint. That was my joint. You know what I mean? I definitely mess with it. You know what I mean? I definitely mess with it. It's like Freshie said. Like, you know what I'm saying? It showed all the dynamics of the races. You know what I mean? Spanish, black, Chinese, or it showed everything. White. You know what I mean? It showed you how people interact.
How fine the line is.
Yeah, in the community. Yeah.
And it's just so crazy that it was a hot summer day. Because that's when they say everyone acts out of the normal.
Even today.
That's what I said.
Even today.
89. That's what I said. That was 89. So it's like, when it's hot, everyone acts out of the normal. You know what I'm saying?
Temperatures rising.
Yeah, nothing's the same when it's hot.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? That was a thing, you know what I mean? Martin was funny. You know what I'm saying?
The all-star cast too, man.
Oh, yeah.
All-star cast.
Hey, yo, one of my favorite actors of all time.
This had multiple of my favorite. Yeah.
Esposito. He is one of my and I think he is one of the best actors of all time. Period.
He had one of the other ones in that movie too.
Yo, he is one of my favorite actors. Hey, yo, Sal, why ain't no brothers on the wall?
Why ain't no brothers on the
Yo,
wall?
what do you mean ain't no brothers on the wall? Why ain't no brothers on the wall? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Get your own piece of real. You put your brothers and sisters, nieces, nephews, whoever you want on the wall.
Bug out.
Bug out.
Bug out.
Yo, but it just showed, man. It just showed how fine the line was, because the brother used to like the sister, but it was like how selective it is. You know how selective we are sometimes. You know how selective everybody is. But it really just put it up against the backdrop of, man, it just got too hot. Things got too crazy. You also had the dynamic of the cops is always ever present in the city. It doesn't take you. You'd be surprised how many times all those ingredients are right at your fingertips in the hood. Right. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised, you know, how that day happens out in so many different ways and variables in the hood. You know, but Spike Lee, man, my favorite director and writer of all time, man. That's one of my favorite. Do the Right Thing. That's one of my favorite ever movies ever. And I love how that was all put together.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. OG Grant said he was working on Project X at the time, man.
Oh man.
And the funny thing is that you can see the influence in both the synergy between Project X and the Do the Right Thing, because at that time that it was that poignant and that important to us that, you know, the influence from that movie carried over, because even that influenced one of the greatest songs, you know, of all time, because this song is synonymous with the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Chuck D and Public Enemy, man. This song is synonymous with the movie. I mean, synonymous with, because it's funny because when I say Do the Right Thing, you hear the song in your head.
That's the first thing you say.
Oh,
When you say Do the Right Thing, motherfuckers say fight the power.
Right,
Yo.
right. Yeah. It's synonymous.
Yo, something, nigga, fight the power.
I can even take it further. People like, yo, I was watching Fight the Power the other night on TV. You know what they were talking about watching? Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
You know, do
That's
the
what
right
you,
thing.
that's what you become after somebody say do the right thing.
Fight the Power.
Fight the power. Yeah. Start grooving in there.
Yeah, that movie just captured the moment that, like, if you have I don't know too many songs and movies that go perfectly hand in hand with each other than that Do the Right Thing and Fight the Power. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure there are, but that's definitely up there in the top 5 of movie and song synergy.
But listen, that's how
I got one too. I got one.
But you know they only played that song one time in the movie.
Yeah, it wasn't even a song throughout the movie. Yeah,
it wasn't in the movie.
It was just in the beginning.
At the beginning.
Yeah,
that's how powerful the movie is.
Yeah,
that's how powerful the movie is. You know what I'm saying? The song ain't even got really nothing to do with the events of the movie. You don't hear the song in the movie,
right?
When all the shit going down, you hear it just when she dancing at the beginning.
But it set the movie off, though. You know what I mean?
It
set the movie off so right, man. And like OG said, man, Grant said, man, it just launched so many careers, man. Like, look at, man, this is crazy. This cast, though. I mean, think about it. It got Samuel L. in one of his early roles, and it seemed like Samuel L. was like timeless.
In several. That was probably like his.
Samuel L. is like 7 million roles,
just
man.
Spike Lee, from being a young kid, that probably was his second Spike Lee role.
And he had a couple.
School Days and then that.
I love Spike Lee, man.
Giancarlo?
School Days and then
yeah, Giancarlo was.
That's when I see.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I don't probably, because I ain't familiar if he was doing other work.
Yeah, but I
probably was. But what you?
My first time seeing School Days.
Yeah.
Oh. He played in Trading Places. He was in jail with Eddie Murphy.
Was he, man? I bleed on the inside. Oh, wow.
Good catch.
Good catch.
That was at the same time. 86, 88, 87.
That was like 83.
Who didn't love Rosie Perez in this movie, though, man?
Hey, yo.
Who didn't love Rosie Perez in this movie?
Oh, thank God for the left. Thank God for the right.
Yo, this was that movie.
Governor Mookie. You had,
and not only that, but the white cast was powerful too.
Oh, you had the Bull Cops, Danny Aiello and John Turturro.
Jolly was in there. Who else was in there? He was a young Spanish boy.
Yeah.
Fuck with Rosie.
Yeah.
Why you messing with those black?
Who's your favorite character, though? Who's your favorite character in the movie?
Mine I'd probably say Buggo.
I think it might be. It's either him. It's either him or
Nah.
He said, "Yo, I need some more."
Hey, yo. Nah. I know
because he had
exactly.
the cheese though, man.
Who's my favorite?
Right.
I mean, it might be Radio Raheem.
It's a story of love. Hey. See, love. Yeah, that's my favorite. Because he was actually sacrificial.
Yeah.
That was my favorite because to me, truthfully, that was the part that really summed it up and really pulled at our heartstrings. The person that everyone loved unequivocally.
Is that an underrated death in movies that we don't talk about? Radio Raheem.
Yeah, that is underrated, man. Radio Raheem, that is underrated.
Like the way he died, like damn, and it sparked it. You know what I mean?
But he wasn't the principle of what kicked it all off. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, you just happen to be around the powder keg, you get hit with a spark, and you might happen to go down. You know what I'm
Started
saying?
the powder keg.
Shout out to Junie. What up, Junie?
Bug out.
I'll go.
Bug out.
But yo, I got a song too.
Yo, he stepped up.
Yeah.
He stepped on your Jordans, yo.
I got a song too. Cause I once thought about
Yeah, my man.
Yo.
a song that's synonymous with the movie. I was like, man, those two run neck and neck, fight the power and
I know what you're going to say.
it's so hard
Yeah.
to say goodbye to yesterday.
Yeah, that's
That's the only thing about Coolie High from the jump.
Yeah, that's
So I was like, those two songs right there, they're very synonymous, man.
I think of Coolie High from the jump.
Yeah,
Nothing
absolutely.
else.
Yeah.
Also thought about one I said, but you always think about it, said because it's the name. But every time you hear Car Wash, I was like, that's an iconic song. I don't know if it's more iconic then, but I'm like, the name is in
Yeah,
it.
it's synonymous.
Shout out T Warren. What up, bro?
Definitely Car Wash.
What up, T Warren?
Yeah, but Do the Right Thing, that's one of my favorites.
That's one of my favorites, man.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Do the right thing, man. A Black American classic, man. Shout out to Spike Lee for that one, man. I might watch that this weekend, man. Love that flick, man. I love it. I love it to death, man. That's a big D, motherfucker. D.
Shout out to Coach Mike Keller.
D.
Shout out to D Rock.
D. Mickey Vicky D.
Shout out to Mac
Mickey,
Heyman.
Vicky, D.
That's what we watch.
Hey, Mac, listen, Mac, listen. Hey, Mac, listen. Got to get you on here, Mac. We need them. We need that other perspective, man, of the run, man. So we got to get you on here, Mac. Stay tuned. Keep your schedule open. We got you, Mac. All right. So listen, moving on, man. Just put your thoughts about Do the Right Thing in the comments, man. Do the Right Thing, American classic, man. From it's one that I hold near and dear to my heart, man. Motivational. It's very poignant.
That's your favorite Spike Lee movie?
No, it's not. It's not. I got quite a number. Spike Lee got some. Spike Lee got some flicks.
My favorite Spike Lee movie is School Days.
Now, see, that's why I always say
School
Spike
Days?
Lee.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
What's your favorite one?
See, School Days is one of my favorites. One of underrated. One of my underrated.
Give me
All
one.
right,
Give me your favorite one. Give me your favorite one.
School Days.
Okay.
Days.
Okay. Okay.
School Days.
Okay. I'm gonna be different. And I'm gonna go Malcolm.
I am Malcolm X.
I'm gonna go Malcolm. And only because like I just remember watching that on a Upper Bound field trip.
Miss Riley, shout out. Was you Miss Riley?
Nah.
I was with Miss Riley.
An Upper Bound field trip, man, and I just remember everybody walking out of the theater, and everybody was like energized by that movie, man. I mean, just like I didn't want to go beat no crackers up, but I felt some kind of way though.
Shout out live.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's coming live. We gonna get to it. Don't worry about it. So listen. With that being said,
shout out to our sister Kia.
With that being said, check it out. Did you see your boy Young Jock? Young Jock said that he don't want to perform at an LGBT event and gave his specific reasons why. It was a long list of, but mainly he just said, hey, look, man, I'm an openly heterosexual man. Why should you have a problem with me not wanting to perform in an LGBT event? I don't want individuals looking at me with sexual intentions. I'm not comfortable with that. Thoughts on that?
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair. If that's where that man's coming from, that's fair.
Fair.
I have the right to not want to put myself in a situation that I'm not going to like. If I have the chance to, and the modes and means to not put myself in a situation, no disrespect. I don't know why it would be such an insult for me. You know, people get turned down all the time. Scripts get turned down all the time. You know, by
My thing is,
you know.
like,
So
my thing is, he could have just said no.
that's true.
Well, unfortunately, with the LGBT community, you just can't say no. You gotta.
I'm not doing no concert. I don't want to do a concert. I don't want to rap.
But he may be rapping in other places, and that may
No,
be.
what I'm not. I'm saying I understand that, but I don't want to rap. I don't want to do the concert.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure it's other concerts he didn't do that they're not saying nothing about.
Now that part I agree with.
What up, Mike? What's good with you, bro? Thanks
Mike,
for checking in on us, man. We appreciate you, bro.
Like you want to check in, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, all kind of artists turned down all kind of stuff. So I didn't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't really need a reason. He stated them. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really need a reason. Like, nah, I'm booked that day.
The thing I was alluding to, you fit right into what they wanted you to do.
Yeah.
All you had to do was say that I didn't feel like performing those dates.
Right. I
didn't
want to
feel
do
like performing. I already had some dates set up.
Mhm.
I thought I was going to take a break. That's what I'm saying.
Let me interject because my whole thing with this is
They wanted you to say what he said.
I don't have a problem with what Young Jock said because
I don't either.
my
That's
thing
what-
is this here. As a heterosexual man in the United States of America in 2023, I think we got to take a stand. If you, as the LGBTQ plus community, get all of these carte blanche red carpets rolled out for you and you can literally speak your mind and say X, Y, and Z, I personally don't think that's news. But I think when a heterosexual man says, yo, I don't want to do an event that I'm not comfortable with, why is that? I don't have a problem with you. I just don't want to do the event. Why? That's not wrong. That's not wrong. So you mean to tell me if I don't want to do your event, then I'm an enemy? I don't want to do your event. I can support y'all and not be an enemy. I just don't want to do your event. That's it.
Now, like the good brother Live was trying, did he say he didn't have to give a reason?
Yeah, that's what
He
I'm
doesn't
saying.
have to give a reason, but here's
But he fell right into what they wanted him to say. Give us a reason. You didn't have to give a reason.
Like, I'm off those.
no.
days.
I think. Listen. If my thing here is that community is. And, you know, no disrespect, but that community is extremely sensitive, man, in terms of, you know, when somebody disagrees with them. And I understand they've been through a lot and they've had to hold themselves back and you know, they get certain treatment. But geez, man, if I disagree with you or I don't fall in line with you, I'm an enemy and I gotta explain myself. No, I don't think I should have to, but I'm willing to, and I don't feel no kind of way about it. I don't feel any kind of way about it. I don't want to do your event. That's my choice. Just like I don't want to eat a pork sandwich. Just like I don't want to do crack cocaine. I don't want to do your event.
He opened the door for what they wanted him to say.
Yeah, that's people turn down roles.
You don't have to say
shows
anything.
all the time. All the time.
You don't have to say anything, man. I just didn't do the show because I didn't want to do the show if you was asked. You didn't have to give a reason about them being LGBTQ crowd or nothing.
I agree, Henry Rod. No means no. I don't want to do it. But I disagree with y'all in the point where y'all say that, you know, we don't have to give a reason. No, you listen, if I don't want to do it and you ask me why I don't, you got to accept my reason why. That's my reason. That's my why. Why is my why any different than your why? We can still coexist. I just don't want to do your event.
Well, got you.
Because
Now,
listen,
what I'm trying to say is, and what I was saying is, I said people turn down stuff all the time, just like, nah, that ain't for me. And it was no reason, no reasons given. And then he, you know, piggybacked on the point. He was like, he didn't have to even give a reason. Just
I
said, no,
agree, he did.
He was like, you know, like, I don't want to perform that day. Now that he gave a reason, and the reason that he gave, we have to look at, oh, okay,
Well, why did he say that? And he said what he said, how he said it. I said what I said. Okay, now I don't have a problem with it. You don't have a problem with it. You don't have a problem with it. Guess who has a problem with it or may have a problem with it going in the future? The LGBT community. But and that's why? What I'm saying. But why? Why?
That's the question.
Because you gave an explanation. That's why.
If I don't give an explanation, you're going to have a problem with it. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
I just didn't do the show. You can say whatever you want.
Well, then they can paint their own narrative. That's the thing. They can paint their own narrative at that point.
Your own narrative.
You don't, like you said, people turn down stuff all the time. I could be busy that day. You might not even be calling up Young Jock, personally. You might be calling up an agency. Is Young Jock like, nah, I'm blocked off them days. You might not even talk to him personally. But when he gave those reasons, like, okay, we have to look at why that you did give those reasons. You didn't have to give no reasons for turning down the show. Like, nah, I'm busy that day, or nah. You didn't have to say any of that.
And basically, like, he opened it. That's what I'm saying. He opened himself up for so much. They could come back and be like, yo, it ain't even about us being gay. We're fans.
That's fine.
You didn't want to perform it. You know what I'm saying? Now you saying because we're gay, I don't want to perform in front of you.
Right.
But we're fans. We buy your music.
Right.
You just opened yourself. That's what I'm saying.
And he was
for so much.
No. Let me interject. What obviously he's ready for that because he said he offered a reason. So whether you decide to still support him or not, that's his reason. Mm-hmm. He don't question you as to why you're like that. That's his That's his why. He does not want to perform at that particular event. He's not comfortable. And he's willing to lose fans over that.
I feel that.
That's his choice.
Did he? I mean, I ain't say. I'm asking. Like, did he say he was willing to lose fans?
I don't think he's wrong. But when you answer questions, when you do stuff that opens up for a lot of shit,
for a lot of interpretation,
a lot of different questions,
which we are on the side of the deciding side of how to interpret that. The LGBTQ community is going to interpret that probably not in a good light for Young Jock. I would assume, even though I know he has gay and lesbian friends, I've seen him on the shows with him. You feel what I'm saying? I know that he still has those relationships. I would assume there could be a greater LGBTQ community push to not have him perform or even be supported by the greater because of his comments. He could just said, nah, I'm busy. I'm busy.
Well, let me ask you a question.
In Bucharest.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm listening.
So if I don't say anything, right, same thing could happen, right?
What's that?
There could be a push to stop me from performing all over the place if I don't give a reason. They could do that anyway. Well, they could do that anyway. Well, I just want you to know my why. So you don't twist my narrative up.
Well, here's the thing. This doesn't happen. I'm pretty sure he wasn't the only person that turned them down. But he's the only person you heard about turning them down because it's the way he did turn them down. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm really like. Okay, well, if he didn't give an explanation, it'd have probably been like a whole lot of other damn people who said, nah, I'm good on that. But he gave a reason. So since he gave a reason, which he's more entitled to, which I don't have a problem with, but I'm not the gatekeeper of why that's supposed to be. He gave the reason. He could have just said, nah, or he could have gave a bogus reason. I'm booked that day, so it wouldn't look like I'm not coming because I don't like y'all. I'm just busy or on vacation or I need a break. I ain't doing anything right now. It could have been any of these things. It could have been anything but what you formally stated yourself. What's wrong with that, though? Like, why? Like I said,
that's the problem. Like, what's wrong with that, man? I don't have to do your concert.
We know.
But you don't have to give me the reason why. And then when you told me the reason why, we ain't got to accept it. I might, you might, but they don't. Like, what did you just say?
Yeah, I don't want to do your conference. I don't want to do your concert.
But that's what's going to go. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. But I think that's where they go to later. Oh, he don't like his gay fans. we support him too. Why we can't come see him in concert?
No. He just listen. You can come see me in concert. I'm not doing an LGBTQ event.
Cool. Dog, let me ask you something. Back in the days, you know, people get invited to birthday parties and they show up or they not show up. You know what I'm saying? They was like when you was kids and stuff. And then when you find out why homie ain't show up, is because he ain't really have nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, why? He's like, man, you know. So that's how it's kind of. You feel what I'm saying?
No, tell me. I mean, hey man, listen, it's 8:36. By the way, I just want to let you know it's 8:36. Y'all did a fabulous job. Let's get it. It's 8:36. I mean, gloves is off.
What you get that? Like, yo, man, that's what
Let's go.
Like, you don't have to say nothing.
Like, if I didn't tell you, I was just sitting in the crib playing the game. Like, oh man, you could have came past. You know what I'm saying? My mom cooked and everything for you. Oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? But when you say, nah, I ain't showing up because your gay cousin Leslie was there, like, I ain't really into those kind of events. No offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay. That's why you ain't show up.
Right.
Now I got a right to think what I want to think about you.
Okay.
Now
that's fine.
I got a right to, you're like, man.
But you
like,
can't speculate. I mean, you can speculate, but
yeah,
the lines are narrower because I told you what it was.
But now he took the speculation out of it. He took the speculation. What are we here to speculate?
So you know, I'm
showing up because I ain't comfortable with y'all. What is there, like you said, what is there to speculate? I'm showing up because I ain't comfortable with y'all. Like, yo, we buy your money. I mean, we buy your music. We spend money on you. We go to your concerts. Right. I ain't comfortable going with y'all spot like that. Like, oh, okay. Like I said, I'm kind of okay with what he said. They ain't. They the ones who throwing the event.
Man, they too sensitive, man. I don't care what they say, man. They want to be specialized.
That might be fair.
They can get these jokes too, man. They can get these
out of
jokes
here.
too. We're all the same. They can get these jokes too, man.
Listen, man.
Tiptoe around them, man. Man.
You opened yourself up.
Nah,
like Freshie said, it's just like, yo, I didn't come. He could have told him any other reason. He could have told him anything. Man, I got sick. Or even if they tried to book him, that's what I don't understand.
They gonna keep trying to book you. You gonna keep having to turn them down.
That's what
I want you to book me.
And that's the thing that got me crazy. Like, all right, y'all go to a booking agency or whatever y'all try to book me. My booking agency say no. Now I gotta give you a reason why my booking agency said no, we can't.
Because it's them. They want to know why, because they're automatically assuming what they want to assume. So they want a reason. You know, they ain't going away
to discuss why he just said he's not performing that day. He's okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Stop asking me, man. Simple as that.
Not even that. You could have just been like, yo, I did plenty of many shows, and I'm taking a break from here to here.
All right, well, we're gonna book you after you take your break.
Nah, if it's over. Well, you can try to book me.
That's what saying. It's over.
You can try to book me, but who's saying?
Man, stop tiptoeing around them.
When I come off that hiatus,
stop tiptoeing around them.
Coming.
Stop tiptoeing around them. Stop tiptoeing around them, bro.
Be opening themselves up for that. I ain't got the answer, man. I ain't got the answer to nothing. And it's a lot of people that don't.
Okay. And that's what it's a lot of you heard it about Young Jock because he offered up a reason.
Speaking of,
and they think you funny.
That's another thing. I don't know if they think because we
he alluded to that.
You keep getting them perms and all.
He alluded to that. Maybe y'all think that I want to do that because of my eccentric look and some of the risks that I've took with my fashion statement.
I didn't even see it.
You know what I mean? He alluded to that. No, I just don't want to do your event because I'm not comfortable doing your event. I don't want to do your events. That's simple. That's the answer. Stop tiptoe. I don't think we need to tiptoe around them.
Now, would this be fair if the LGBTQ community asks, why you don't feel comfortable?
He said why he don't feel comfortable.
Why that makes you uncomfortable?
Okay, so why? Because I don't want a man ogling over me. It's uncomfortable. It's no more comfortable than a woman that doesn't feel like sitting in an environment or being whistled at by construction workers. She might go a different direction. It's no different. It's no different.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm not comfortable in the situation, man.
It is different.
It's not different.
It is.
It's not different.
One is a performer and one is a performer and one is not. If you up there performing, I could be a fan of you. I could be gay and I could be a fan. I could whistle.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely
That's
right.
different than a lady walking down the street and men whistling and catcalling her. That's different. That's different. You up here entertaining. She's not entertaining anyone.
He don't want to subject himself to that. He don't want to subject himself to the possibility of that.
Bro, I understand what you said, but I'm going off what you saying.
Right.
It's gay niggas at concerts and gay women at concerts that catcall Beyonce and gay niggas catcall all the time.
Mm-hmm. At a concert, but not an LGBTQ event.
But if I'm at an LGBTQ event, I'm pretty sure he's entertaining. He's not just hanging out. I don't think they just gonna pay him money. He's gonna be on a stage.
Right.
Different. I'm just saying. I'm not talking about him doing a thing. I'm just rebutting off what you said. About that being the same.
So somebody asked us to do the Fire and Ice experience at a gay club. Would you want to do it? Or would you feel comfortable?
Yeah, I would feel comfortable.
Would you feel comfortable?
I'm not.
I think I'm very secure and comfortable. I think I might do it.
I probably
I'm not gay. I don't give a fuck. Them niggas like now that's a little bit too far. If we sit here doing a podcast and motherfuckers is catcalling me and that's a little bit too much. But if we doing a podcast and they doing their thing, I'm cool. That's a little bit too much. You know, when we doing a podcast and niggas like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, you know, good, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, man, call Lil Nas X, man. He perfect for the gig, man. Call Lil Nas X.
That's fair. That's fair.
Call Lil Nas X, man. He'll be happy to do your event.
That's fair.
See, Loud, you thought that nigga was sweet. You getting bobs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all brought it up earlier.
I already had Lil Nas X.
I'm gonna let y'all. Let's dovetail into the news of the last day or two. Y'all mentioned it to me earlier. I'm gonna let y'all elaborate on this one because this is just way too much for me. I see you are.
Oh, well, what's up with your mans?
What's up with your man?
Yo, your man's wild.
Dwight Howard, man.
Yeah.
He not smoking.
Hey, yo, if somebody said he was Titan 2.0. Like, yo, man,
If you know, you know.
Dwight Howard has been forced out of the closet, which was very, very,
You
very.
said how you force a man out of the closet? How does that happen, Fresh? Explain to the people how that happens.
I think he was in and out of the closet anyway. But I think now that the gentleman who's accusing him of assault, Mr. Harper, who's accusing him of assault, I think Dwight Howard now, he was like, oh, I ain't assault you. All this Gizzy Goblin was consensual.
8:45, man. Y'all did great, man. I'm proud of y'all.
All this Gizzy Goblin was consensual. So he had to come out, which a lot of people already thought they believed it. And some people probably even knew that's close to him. They probably even knew.
No, he didn't get his Gizzy stuffed. He stuffed the Glizzy.
Damn, Dwight, man.
That
Jeez.
is a
So what happened? I was telling people what happened. Like, paint the scenario. But I mean, okay, paint the scenario. What happened? For those that want to know what happened.
From the reports I've seen, off a quick glance, and him, Mr. Harper.
Who is Mr. Harper?
don't know who Mr. Harper is. God, I know Mr. Harper is a male.
Yes.
Okay.
Male number one.
Dwight Howard is a male.
Yeah,
So we got two males.
yeah, male number two. From, and then comes
Flirtatious.
then here comes
Skinny.
Shim come walking in. You know what I mean? And
So we got a sausage fest going on here.
yeah, so but the Shim that walked in name was Kitty. I don't know how that works.
It's kind of exotic.
Whatever.
It's pretty exotic there.
The Shim that walked in name was Kitty. And basically they got busy. But my man Mr. Harper said he wasn't trying to get busy with the white.
Just trying to get busy with Miss Kitty, or just at all, or just
the white.
And why wasn't it the white?
Because he probably 7 foot. That shit probably hurt.
Whoa!
Sausage fest in progress.
That nigga 7 foot, man.
How you get mixed up with Mr. Howard, though?
Listen, man, that nigga no. And when I hear young niggas say pause, no homo, that nigga is 7 foot tall, 2'7".
And a fun dummy.
Basically, he said
He's a very big guy.
He said while Kitty, as he only knows her by, I only know her by Kitty. You know, I don't know. I know the white.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is a whole cluster. This is a whole cluster. Fuck.
Said while Kitty was giving the white girl,
Ouch.
the white reaches over and grabs his glizzy.
Oh.
Said the white grabbed my glizzy. Oh, I say stop. I always say stop. Wait, man.
No, stop the right. Chill, you tripping. You tripping, the right? No.
White hard, they held him down. I do what I want. After Mr. and proceeded to suck his glizzy. I don't know how. You hold a
while getting an act performed on you, hold another grown man down. That's ridiculous.
I've been held down.
That was willingly, though. Is that what you said? Chill.
I'm talking over drugs. You should love me like you do.
We'll fuck you up. Let me get up. We'll fuck you up.
No, the Dwight Howard.
Oh, man.
Listen to me carefully. Do not be over China and Taiwan messing with those lady boys.
In Bangkok. Bangkok.
Please, man. Don't mess with the lady boys.
Hey, yo. I happened to see it was an all-time classic, iconic American film, and it was called Hangover 2. And I think Bangkok's got him now. I think Bangkok's got him now.
Bangkok, man.
He put those 57 points out there, man. You know, I shot right over you. You shot it all on the foot. It was beautiful. This kid, yo. Now I want to know how crazy. I want to know how crazy some of the stories is of some of the people that have been around him to play ball. They're like, oh man, I knew that was crazy. I knew that was crazy.
How many twos you people gonna come out? They were like, yeah, I used to mess with it.
I mean, that's typically how it works. I mean, they just come out the woodworks.
He was coming to DC.
Shout out to D-Rock, bro. What's good with you, baby? And the Riley voice, absolutely.
Yes, and then
D-Rock. Yo, I had to convince these niggas though. I had to convince these two dudes. They were talking about Bob.
no, I'm talking about the nigga Perry.
Nah. That's what. No. No, clarification. Nah, no. This is what
call him just gay. I can't call him just gay. I can't call him
what we
just
said was
gay.
there is a classification for an individual because apparently Mr. Howard just likes human. It just as long as you breathe and he likes you, whether you transgender, male, female. There's a word, they've created a word for that. And we were just simply saying that he fits into that category.
There's categories in that. Yo, that nigga a freak. That nigga like, yo, what are you doing? That's what you like, yo, what are you doing? You call him a freak, and then you tell him, oh, yeah, he a freak. You know what I'm saying? If I sat here right now, I'm like, yo, he a freak. I tell you, yeah, she a freak. He a freak. There's levels to the freak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you classify as a freak, you gotta see where the freak at.
Yeah, now where you
Like,
freak
you gonna
at?
ask you where the freak at.
Where you lying at? Where you lying at? You know, because it's like, you a freak or you freaky.
Yeah, you freaky.
Like, oh,
Because I'm saying,
Freaky.
eating butt is freaky. That's not a freak. Eating butt is freaky. You know what I'm saying? That's not a freak.
Are you freaky or are you a freak?
Are you a freaky or you a
Freak, you willing to go full cross? You willing to be a habitual line stepper?
Now, a freak is willing to
Now that's what I'm saying. I think a freak will eat your ass, eat 2-3 asses look like yours.
Yup, don't even matter. It was a story hole on the hoop dick back there. That's
That's a freak. You know their boundaries.
I'm gonna walk into this motherfucking porn store with this movie theater in the back. With 5 people in this motherfucker,
back there.
and I'm gonna let them all bust on me.
Hamster back there.
like,
Yo, yeah, like you, like it's levels. Like where you freak at? Like, you know, I'm just freaky. I think I'm just freaky. Like I'm
to the park and just put up sticker
take turns. Like yo, is that what I really see? But then it's always a nigga there. Like yeah, here it is. Come on over. Come on over, man. Touch it. It's always a thing. You want nothing soft, ain't it? It's always a freak. She like, you know, she get to talk that shit.
All right, moving on.
Shit.
I'm sure you all heard by now Mike Irvin call his son out. Mike Irvin's son, who goes by the rap name Tut Tarantino. Mike Irvin said that his son is a fake rapper because his son is glorifying rap that is contrary to his upbringing. Mike says, you've lived in a gated community your entire life. You're rapping my life. Thoughts?
I'm saying I feel it. Because these young niggas don't give a fuck don't even care where he from. You know what I'm saying? If they think he getting it and doing all that, they liable to do. You know what I'm saying? You rapping about all this. You know what I'm saying? Then they're gonna test you. They're gonna try you. You know what I'm saying? They want to see what you know what I mean, what guns you pop and all that. You know what I mean? I can understand it. If he's coming from that point.
Shout out to it.
But if he's coming from a dad that's like, you know what I mean? Like rap is creativity and you know what I'm saying? And like if he doing some creativity and creative and it don't matter what he talking about, you know what I'm saying? But if you thinking about it the way that I elaborate the first and
Live said that nigga got super weak bars.
I ain't heard nothing he did.
Tory said I'm a dissy back on the track.
Time out, Mike. He grew up around you. You was smoking coke and
That's where I was gonna go.
Oh man.
Do we really know this young man once he leave that gated community?
Oh, you know what I'm saying? So what? The gated community, you was doing all type of rational stuff in that gated community. Now he probably heard.
You really want to party?
You probably riding in the back seat while you taking him somewhere.
And you thought he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You thought he wasn't. I understand what he getting at, dude, but it is.
But do you really know that man when he leave the gated community, man? He might be tied in. He might be tied in. I'm saying that same thing, you know, he might be tied in. You never know. You don't know that man once he leave that gated community.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, man. Part of it, man, is I think Michael Irvin has got just a tad bit of hate in his blood.
That's what I said.
I think he got a tad bit of hate.
He hating on it like, why would you do that?
But this ain't the first mention of that, though. He's mentioned this years before.
It don't matter.
Yeah, he's mentioned this years before.
You know what's funny, man? You know, all this stuff is art, man. And for some reason, man, a lot of people don't give hip hop the range to be art. No, every word you say, bar for bar, line for line, it's gotta be you lived it. It ain't, and that's never been the case throughout hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got bars, you can put them together. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Remember Bus and I don't ever wanna feel. She didn't do that song, and then people didn't like that. Like, I mean, she did the song, but she didn't write it. But I was like, oh, the song was nice. We're like, oh man, people picked her out to not feel her when it's a whole lot of other people who didn't write their rhymes. And it's like, it's about the jam. If his bars are weak, he ain't gonna be around, as Live said. His bars are super weak. He ain't gonna be around any damn way. But whether he making them up, he ain't lived a life or whatever, like I said, I like for you to have the license to say what you want to say. It's art. Matter of fact, I'm glad you making it up. I'm glad you not actually out here in a game, in the drill, actual drill. You talking about real op shooting car. I'm glad you actually making it up.
But that's what I was saying. By you talking that though, if that's what Michael Irvin thinking or he elaborating on, you know what I mean, alluding to, by you talking that, something could
crikey
to you. But I don't think he was talking that. I just think
I didn't hear that.
Basically, I just think it was banter from an analyst, a TV host that does TV. I think it was just banter of him making fun of his kid.
Well, it came off the heels of the Ja Morant conversation, right? In terms of, you know, Ja Morant recently, you know, has expressed that, you know, although he has it all, he's going through some dark moments kind of thing. And a lot of the conversation has now centered around T. Morant, in that people are starting to feel like T is responsible for Ja's behavior. So Michael Irvin was giving a comparison saying, well, you know, I can understand kind of like, you know, kids, you know, you're not really like that, but I can understand because my son is a quote unquote entertainer that's rapping about some, you know, rapping about stuff that would appear to be foreign based on how I raised you. But you ain't around that man 24/7, Mike. Just like T not around his son 24/7. You don't know you don't know that man what he into. You don't know what he into when them cameras turn off. You know what I mean? You don't know. And even if you do know, like, do you trash him publicly like that?
And that's what I'm saying.
Was it just for a laugh, or was he like really angry?
That's how I think Michael Irvin is the type that was saying it for a laugh. You know, he get all, oh, my son, you know what I'm saying?
I don't sweat and shit.
Like, it was like for a laugh, but it was some hating shit.
Now, I didn't catch the tone. I just read the comments because I didn't see it. Is it actually like video of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Did it look like he was joking?
It was the impression that I got was, like I said, because they were talking about T. Morant and Ja Morant.
Mm-hmm.
He was making a comparison, right? And it bordered on, hey, my son doing this bullshit. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Okay.
And like making light of the situation. Like, you know,
Okay,
like
so that's
glorifying a certain life that you don't particularly
Okay.
live. Like where is this
he
coming
said,
from, son?
You,
Like,
right, you ain't this.
yeah,
Right. You live in a gate. Okay, right. Like I was thinking, he didn't have to say that. He didn't have to say that because, you know, it's everybody out here rhyming those lines. They ain't bar for bar, real for real either. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why would you even call your son out? That's your son. If he's nice, or I'd be like, man, I'd never call my son. I'd be like, man, he did a song like,
Live, you crazy,
if
bro.
it was terrible, I'd be like, that's, you know, I'd be like, that's a nice song by my son. You know, but they'd be like, oh, y'all hear this gangster? I'm like, man, it's a lot of people. It's a song. It's entertainment, first of all. It's entertainment.
Right.
First of all, please don't take these bars line for line for these people, because when you do start thinking about, you're like, man, he talked about, he done shot 3-4 people. Yo, he dangerous. And nah, these people ain't really dangerous. They artists. They not, well, some people, some artists are a little bit more dangerous, but I'm saying for the most part, these artists out here, they ain't killing all these people and all this kind of stuff, man. It's just not, I ain't gonna doubt that they wouldn't do a lot of the things that they say, you know, talk about in rhymes, but nah, man, let everybody have the artistic leeway to say, make art.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
art, man. Don't even take it literally, man.
So moving on, listen. I want to read this story to you guys. Baltimore to pay $48 million to 3 men wrongfully convicted of murder and in prison for 36 years. Baltimore has agreed to pay $48 million to 3 men who were wrongfully convicted of murder as teenagers and spent 36 years in prison. These are men who went to jail as teenagers and came out as young grandfathers in their 50s. Baltimore Police Department Chief Legal Counsel Justin Conroy told the city's Board of Estimates before the panel approved the payment on Wednesday. Alfred Chestnut, Ransom Watkins, and Andrew Stewart were 16 when they were arrested on Thanksgiving Day, 1983, according to the federal lawsuit they filed after being freed. They were charged in the murder of DeWitt Duckett, 14, allegedly killed for his jacket in school. They were convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison, but they were later declared innocent decades later after Chestnut filed a public records request. He discovered new evidence that was kept from his attorneys during trial and contacted Baltimore's Conviction Integrity Unit, which were reviewing old convictions. Investigators ignored eyewitness evidence and physical evidence that contradicted their chosen narrative, including evidence pointing to a different suspect. Instead, they shaped the evidence to implicate plaintiffs, including by coercing false testimony from young witnesses. A John Doe who actually killed John DeWitt and fled to school with his jacket had died, the suit said. On November 5th, 2019, 3 days before Thanksgiving Day, a judge granted the writ of actual innocence jointly filed by plaintiffs in the state of Maryland and offered their immediate release, the suit said.
Man, that's sad, man.
They're still not naming the nigga.
That's sad. That's so
He
sad.
died.
Man.
They don't. I think they don't know who he is. They don't. I think they don't know. Well, they say he died. So yeah. So that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know.
If y'all know the real killer died, why he still John Doe?
It's a good
That's
point.
sad, man. I mean, that's sad. That's so sad how worthless black life is, man. Like, man, we trying to railroad you. We trying where we are expressly trying to railroad you. Yeah, we trying to ring you up, man. We trying to falsify evidence. We trying to pin something on you, man. It's sad, man. 36 years in jail they did. That can never get that time, but 36 years that's 2 lifetimes. You've been grown twice. 36 years old, man. 36 years old. You sitting around, no telling it. Well, they actually live longer in jail than they lived in the streets. And there's no telling the things that they've missed out on that you cannot pay for. It's so sad, man. It's so sad. It's just like, my bad. Take this check.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What?
Man.
I feel like I'm going to go right back in here. I'm going to kill one of y'all. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So
I totally understand.
Yo, that's 36 years?
Yeah.
Yo, democracy is something where they always say it's pros and cons to everything. And generally I'm down with democracy, but one thing with democracy is the wheels in democracy turn slow, except when the fix is in. You feel what I'm saying? Or they don't have to turn fast. So the wheels of justice turn slow. It's like, yo, man, why did I have to do 36 years?
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, man. So, moving on. I just want to throw this out there. Anybody looking to buy a house? Although interest rates are high, it is prompting, the market is very low. Now, with that being said, interest rates are high, but that's not stopping sellers from being creative. Mortgage rates are the 21-year highs, and the number of homes sold each month hovering near the lowest point in more than a decade. Mortgage brokers are going to unusual lengths to induce buyers to enter the housing market. One of the more eye-catching gambits is from Zillow, the online real estate platform, which is offering new home buyers thousands of dollars to help with their down payments. The program, which the company is piloting in Arizona, will give grants to qualified home buyers worth 2% of the purchase price, lowering their down payment to as low as 1%. That's damn near FHA range. Mm-hmm. The so-called starter home in Arizona that costs $275,000. The example Zillow gives in his press release announcing the program, that means a grant of $5,500. As Zillow economist Orphe Devogny explains, the company is offering the same assistance potential home buyers often receive from their parents. In an environment where lending is tight, you have renters that are paying essentially as much, if not more, in rent than you would pay to own. This is kind of the perfect timing to step in here and help those who have been sidelined by the fact that they don't have access to parental home equity. Because a lot of times, the bank will tell you can't afford a house with a mortgage of $900, so you go pay $1,400 in rent. In rent for an apartment. Apartments ain't cheap nowadays. So if you're looking to buy a home, that is an avenue. It's an avenue. Although, like I said in the previous weeks, interest rates are creeping up they're creeping up pretty high. That's an avenue if you're interested. Just to fire a nice 2 cents.
Go looking out on those market tips. Good looking out. Good looking out, Chief.
Hey, listen, that's what we're here for. So, moving on. You see the interview that Jay had? Because the age-old internet question, would you take the $500K or dinner with Jay-Z? Jay said, take the $500K, man. Jay said, take the $500K. For all y'all that feel like the dinner with Jay-Z is more important, Jay himself said, take the $500K. He had already gave you the game. He already gave you the game and the albums. I'll tell you what he did say, though, which was pretty slick in itself. Take the $500K, buy my catalog. The game is there.
Yo, now.
But y'all want to have dinner with this nigga. So telling you buy his albums again. Nah.
Regular nigga, no. Take the $500K.
Take the $500K, buy my albums. I already gave you the game and my albums. If you do what I say in the albums, then boom. That man told you, no, I don't want to sit down with y'all.
It ain't worth it. But
take the $500K, man.
What I do know is that if you got any hustle in you, take the $500K, you don't have to sit down with Jay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, a lot of people, I know $500K, that's more than enough.
That's what I said, that depends on who you are, though.
Somebody said they would sit down with you, like, but you already rich. Who was... Like, you already rich. Of course you would sit down with Jay. You probably can't get a meeting with Jay. Who was it? Yeah, I can't.
already got paper to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if I'm a regular nigga that shit you ready to tell me I can't without the $500K, I can't do it.
I can take $2,700 here. I'm gonna take $18,000 here. I'm set up. Man, stop playing with me. $500,000. $500K. Like, nah, I don't need.
500.
Nah, because you think Hov gonna give y'all a job That's what y'all think. Because you can't make no motherfucking moves off of what he talking about anyway.
That's what I'm saying. It depends on who you are.
Yeah.
If you're a regular nigga with nothing, take the 500K because the jewels he gonna give you. Without the 500K, you can't use them. Now if I'm a nigga with money, the 500K because you might set me up with other companies and give me some jewels. Whereas though I can take my money that I already got because I got a couple dollars and do what you told me to do. You know what I mean? It depends on who you are. If I'm a regular nigga with ain't got no money to do nothing,
I need that 500K.
I don't want to sit down and you tell me about investments.
Yeah.
Companies I can invest in and I go home and I can't.
He told you what he gonna tell you. Make up by my arms. I told you. I told you what to do.
But if I'm a nigga with money, you might look at me different.
Yeah, you might can use some of these.
Yeah, you might can use me.
Hey, yo, when I was where you was at, this is what I did.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yo, do this, do that. Yo, you might need to talk to him. You might need to go there. You can't tell a regular street nigga that because he ain't got the funds to do that.
He like, man, he like, who is this?
After the meeting, he's still going back to his. That's what I say. You needed that 500,000 to do what he told you.
Like, yo, we can't do this like this, man. This won't happen at all. That's what's like. You have any hustle in you, take that 500 grand, do something with it. It don't have to be anything illegal, man. That's a lot of paper.
Depending on who you are.
They thinking Hov gonna sit down and say, I'm gonna take you under my wing. It's the Rock. He ain't doing that.
He gonna cut his steak up. He gonna get up. He gonna walk up that restaurant.
He gonna get a real good look at you. He gonna get a real good look at you and be like, man, this person doesn't make good decisions. So down the line, if I get a chance to, if it's ever, I get a chance to maybe leverage something on them or something like that, maybe I should look for them to have a falter in their business, because they looking at this like, I'm like, man, you got to look at where you at. You know what I'm saying? To go where you're going, like you wouldn't take the 500, or you have no hustle in you. You have no. You just want me to tell you shit. This hustle I'm going to give you ain't going to work.
It ain't going to work.
It ain't going to work. You have take the 500. Do something with it. That's why I was saying, man, I take 18 grand, 2,700.
If you walk in that room with
350.
If you walk in that room with already something.
What up, Kels? What's good?
Chaels.
You already gave you the jewels. Jay said, man, look, man, take the money.
In that room with already something. Them new jewels he's giving you.
Mike said, I'm taking a dinner, man.
I mean a lot.
Who said, look, Mike said, I'm taking a dinner. I'm gonna let him hear my music, and I guarantee he agreed to make an album. I'm gonna get more than that 500K. But you know how many albums you listen to every day, Mike?
Now you know what, good brother. I said that's fair in the way you looking at that and thinking about that. That's fair. Come from where you come from. I know the type of work you've put in. Have always said you was probably one of the inspirations for me to even try to make some damn music later on in life. I can see where you coming from. Like, yo, I'm letting you hear these motherfucking tracks, letting you hear these motherfucking people spitting over my jaws. He might have like, yo, well, I got a 3-album deal for you. A lot of people don't have what you have. A lot of people don't have what you have. They're like, yo, Hov, tell me how you got to be a billionaire. All right. You should have took the money, but here's how the story goes. I started out with Marcy with a fire in my chest. Why you cut the snake? You gonna get an hour and a half. You gonna get 20 minutes of reasonable doubt. You gonna get 20 minutes here in my life. Hey yo, that snake.
A bunch of quotables and shit.
It's the bomb, son. It's the bomb.
It's the Rock. You making a bunch of quotables and shit. Look, you ain't even eating. You look at him cut up steak and shit.
Me and my girlfriend.
Look, just like I said, it was friend or foe in the hotel. It's friend or foe in business.
Yo, you sitting there not eating. You ain't eating because you thinking he dropping jewels. You know, I said this shit.
Hey, your money, this is paid for. You might want to eat that. This is paid for.
You nigga eating escargot and you listening to it eat.
You might want to eat it fresh. It doesn't reheat well. Anyway, back to Marcy and Bleak.
When I met that nigga was wild as shit when I met him.
Did I tell you you should have took the 500? But anyway, and I mean, even if he was telling you whatever he was telling you, man, he gonna tell you stuff you probably already knew at the point you at. If you don't need the 500 grand.
That's what I'm saying. Any nigga, listen. If you
Might be
ain't
like,
got
man, you
500,
food.
if you don't got 500,
You sitting here with me, man, you food,
Gotta
man.
take
Over
it.
500K.
if you ain't got 500, you gotta take the 500.
And plus,
See your best interest.
and plus, he not even thinking like that's the wise investment for me. Take the 500 because I already got a plan. I mean, you can't jump in the game unless you win the lottery.
So you came to me with no plan?
Yeah,
Like
you
you
came in
just
with-
say you wanted me to give you a plan?
so
like
right,
I
that's
already
what I'm
gave it to you. It's $10.99.
Okay, I
It's
give you the plan.
$10.99.
But guess what you gonna need for the plan? Guess. Just guess what you gonna. I gave you the plan.
Bucks.
I gave you the plan. But guess what you gonna need? Guess exactly how much you gonna need. 500 grand.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, you have to have.
It depends on who you are.
You have to have.
Depends on who you are, because if you already sitting on something,
You gonna leave that table? You ain't
not
even
what you
eat.
sitting
You
on.
ain't even eat nothing. That nigga told you need.
He got.
He told you need 500 grand. What? Garcon.
Hey, yo, wrap this up. You know,
box.
yeah, you know, Blue love these shits. Yeah, wrap it up.
box.
Hey, yo, take the. If you don't have a plan for hustlers, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a hustler. Like he said, he's a hustler. He just wasn't fucking around getting to $1 billion, worth $1 billion. He's hustling. He had a move for every. All right, I got a grand here. I got to make this amount of money.
You gotta go in that meeting like Shark Tank.
Yeah.
You gotta go in there like Shark Tank. You
Which-
gonna take
which-
the 500.
You gotta have a plan. You gotta come in.
Yeah, like-
Listen.
What's your good brother Anthony
Yo.
is thinking like I'm coming in with the catalog.
Yo, listen.
I'm coming in with the catalog. Yeah, yo, with the catalog.
This, and this. Which
This. Yo,
Yeah.
you don't want to invest? Show me who can I go to that?
Yeah.
This.
No.
you can't take that shit. You gotta knock his socks off.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you gotta knock his socks
You know
off.
what I mean? Because if I come in there with money and plans, he might just throw me one. Yo, yeah, I like that. But I ain't fucking with it. I'm already with them. But you might need to talk to. That's all I need. Because once I call you and say I was referred to by him,
Yeah,
It could take off.
you better not be
You can
talking
take off.
about yo man, how did you
Nah, man.
so how did you transition from
I'm gonna start quoting lyrics. Yeah, man. Look, man, you know, it was a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us.
executive to Def Jam to be a part owner of the next. Yo,
Start talking about, you know,
those are things you know. This is the part of the conversation that's gonna hurt. Those are conversations you need not be having.
yeah.
You asking me about if you sitting here, man, money, I would have motherfucker knew your name or somewhere, heard you on the radio before about some type of money.
You better wow that man. You sitting down.
If you had that kind of paper to be talking that kind of stuff. Since you don't have that kind of paper, you should be talking about something a little bit more on your level.
You gonna
Since
get-
you want to know about 460 State Street in Berkeley Center.
You gonna look. You gonna get home and realize he didn't rap the whole song "The Evils" to you, but he talked it to you. You realize it. You'll be like, nigga, hold on, that's the Evils.
Or he didn't rap, or he didn't took.
I used to be Willie, but you could call me Willie.
Well, it was crazy, man. I was in a 2-hotel town, man. Tied it down. You know, it was crazy. I never heard that before, man. I got home, that nigga done rapped American Gangster to you, and you ate it. while he ate steak and shit, escargot, caviar and shit.
I mean, but if you sitting here asking me, truthfully asking me what's the difference between a 4.0 and a 4.6.
What you gonna interrupt him and shit? What you gonna interrupt him?
I mean, but if you truthfully,
Still even got left.
come on, man, it's just really, and that's why you an imaginary.
It was crazy because you know what I mean, when I realized that there was a 4.6, dudes need to get their change. You know what I mean? I was appalled. Could you imagine going in and finding out there's a whole nother level to it? That was crazy. Great poupon, right here. That nigga ain't gave you nothing. He ain't gave you nothing.
Gave you snippets. Gave you a whole snippet.
And you ain't pick it up till you got home and ate them chips.
You
You got home eating Doritos and realized that nigga done rapped fucking Life and Times Volume 3 at you.
The whole
and shit.
time you discipline, but here's a thou. What you supposed to say, young blood?
All right.
I go ahead and cut my steak.
So listen,
A G.
what up, Neef? What's going on, bro?
My man.
Shout out to Handu Salon, man. Real talk. Tune in. Part of the Fire Nice experience, man. Real talk. Shout out, Neef. Love you, boy.
Bro.
So listen, one more story, man, before we get into this real meat and potato shit that we do, man. It's Halloween time, man. So I thought it'd be appropriate, man. You got a favorite horror movie or horror genre or some shit that? First, let me ask you a question. Was it a horror movie, man, that fucked you up as a kid? Or as an adult? Shit, I don't. Because I can tell you right now, I don't fuck with the whole Exorcist and what's that? The whole like those kind of movies. I don't fuck with I don't fuck with them kind of
I
movies,
was
bro.
young when Jason came out, so I always remember the one Jason that fucked me up. It had
Yeah, the paper bag, the potato sack over his head.
Miguel Nunez in it. You remember when he was humping the babe in the van?
Oh, that was like number 4 or something like that. That might have been like.
boxing Jason.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, nah, the one nigga trying to run the fade with Jason? Nah, that was later. That was later.
That was Miguel Nunez.
No, that wasn't Miguel Nunez.
He ran the fade.
Michael Jackson joined
He squared up. Squared up.
We talking about two totally different. Because there was one nigga that tried to run the fade with Mike on the roof, with Mike Myers on the roof.
Nah, we talking about Jason. We talking about Jason.
No, I'm sorry, Jason. It was Jason. It was one nigga trying to run the fade with Jason on the roof. It was a different one. It was a different joint. This is like Jason in Manhattan or some shit like that.
I want to say Jason next.
It was Jason in Manhattan or some shit like that.
But I remember, it was an early Miguel Nunez square.
Right. Okay, so this was like number 3 or 4.
Jason,
This might have been like 3 or 4.
But Jason is actually my favorite.
Yo, that's your guy.
One of the movies that fucked me up. The first one when he didn't even have no mask, when you thought the movie was all the way over. And then his swamp motherfucking pruned
That image fucked you up?
Yo! I didn't see that. I thought she was away. She riding away in the canoe like, God damn, I done fucked this motherfucker and his mama.
That was the original plot twist.
The original.
Yeah, that was the original plot
That's what I'm
twist.
saying.
Yeah,
That's why. That's why I was so crazy in the first place, because his mom was so big, and then for it to go where it went at, Jason became folklore. But how he first started off, he didn't have no fucking mask. When he came up out that joint with this shit like, oh!
But but you gotta remember he had the potato sack at first around his face though.
Right. And then
he went to then boy number 3. You know what I mean? He killed homeboy with the hockey mask. He was like, oh, let me get that, bro.
That fucked me up. That Jason's my favorite though.
He's my favorite.
I like Freddy too.
Freddie was the shit though.
I fuck with Freddy.
Freddie was the shit though.
Episode of Creep Show.
Oh, I know it's what you talking about.
When they was on the rag.
Ooh, and the babe was laying down and the jaw came through the rag. Yo, the blood. And listen, and the end where Bull dove off the jaw and swam like Michael Phelps to the jaw, and you thought he got away. He turned over, and all of a sudden the blob died. And nobody was alive after that. So nobody knew. Nobody even found out.
Nah,
Yeah.
Young Boy.
Yeah.
That's when you had the HBO box.
The box, the buttons. Yeah, yeah.
The first level was like one through like 14.
Yeah.
Second level was like 15 through 30.
That was when they had the theme song. Yeah. That's a real age. That's for those that know. Yeah, Creep Show. Because that was the beginning. That was the beginning of Tales from the Crypt as well, too, man. Around that time, too.
That Creep Show.
Yeah. Yeah.
it was also
Yeah. One of your favorites too.
what's that?
Thanks for the ride, lady. Thanks for the ride, lady.
Yo.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
Listen.
Yo, they was awesome, wasn't they?
Yo,
that was iconic.
Yo, classic shit. Classic shit, bro.
They was
If you know though. If you know, you had to be there. You had to be there. You had to be there.
If you know, you know.
You had to be there, man. Shout out to Creep Show, man, and Tales from the Crypt. Shout out to all them joints, man. I'm gonna tell you what fucked me up though. I'm gonna tell you.
Good year. I think everybody's parents had a job them years.
We're about all kind of shit,
That
man.
was the good years too.
No doubt. No doubt.
Cable,
Yeah.
boxes, everything.
Told make sure we were strapped though. If one thing Told made sure we had the VCR, we had the big back TV.
That was big with that.
We had the VCR.
Always had cable.
We had the Atari. Told make sure we had Atari. The Told was a big kid, man. That's why I love him. He was a big kid. He made sure we had all. He had the Atari, John.
God.
Yeah, he made sure we had ColecoVision first. We had the Atari after that. Yeah, we was locked in.
Now, can I ask y'all something? I do have. I don't know if it's considered what they consider horror movies, but I do like me a psychological thriller. Is that considered like a Seven or Memento?
That's a new what happened was now you talking 90s. Because we talking like 80s. Then when you went to the 90s, it was less about the creepy nigga and more about the suspenseful plot line.
Yo,
Because I'm gonna tell you another classic without a creepy nigga. Pet Cemetery. Yeah. Pet Cemetery was tough. Gage. Pet Cemetery was tough. Gage. Pet Cemetery. I'm gonna tell you one that fucked me up though. The one to answer the earlier question, man. The one that fucked me up, man. Because you know, my step-pop was into, you know, fictional shit, right? There was a movie that was out back then in the 80s, man. I think it might have been like 83, 84. Motherfucking Fright Night, man. Because listen, I'm gonna tell you. For a year, I thought vampires was real, man, because that shit expounded on the whole vampire theory where the shit was, okay, well, you know, you got to invite them in. Like, this shit had, like, different rules. And, like, the way they did it, man, was...
I'm going to need a drink.
It was different, man. And I'm going to tell you, when I finished watching that movie, right, he took the VHS out and shit, right? And I remember sitting on the couch for, like, 30 minutes trying to figure out how I was going to get to my room that was all the way in the back of the apartment down BVD, right? Nigga, I made the craziest mad dash and jumped from the hallway onto my bed to avoid walking by my bed because I thought,
Hey, yo.
bro, Fright Night. Shout out to the cinematography in that movie and the makeup artist, because that movie had me.
I seen a movie early mid 80s. I would definitely, and it was a scary movie, and it was when you could really get away with some things, because now, you know what I'm saying. When I think about it now, I was like, nah, this movie right here kind of scarred me in a whole different way. It was a scary movie, but it had young kids in it. Well, no, or teenage kids in it, and it was a scary movie. It was, average, to scary, but at the end, the plot twist was so jarring. Like, oh, this can only happen in the 80s. Like the killer was, they thought the killer was a female the whole time. No, at the end, the last scene, the killer's standing up here with no pants on, showing his penis. And the movie is called Sleepaway Camp. Oh man!
Yeah, that was a plot twist.
That was a
plot twist. There's been a couple of plot twist movies with that plot twist, man. Where that seems to be like a tried and true like plot twist.
I was like, man, you know what, man? I'm not going to a whole bunch of scary movies or just watch
These like the scary movies. One thing with scary movies, when I was scared of shit that could happen for real. Like that Freddy shit, I watched it, but I wasn't scared of that shit because I know that shit was out there. Don't wake up. But that Jason shit, if I go to King, because that shit like, yo, that shit could happen. Like Saw, like yo.
Yeah, Saw was good. Yo, Saw. It's a couple movies that changed the genre. Listen. It's a whole generation that don't know what fear is driving behind a truck carrying lumber.
Yo, dog. Like that shit could happen. That's the scary movies. I was like all the other shit, like I ain't.
You know what, man?
Shit don't scare me. You know what I mean? All the that supernatural shit. I ain't like shit that can happen to you. Hostile.
Yo.
Yeah, Hostile was hard.
Like shit that can happen to me.
Hostile was hard.
This shit can happen for real.
Yeah. Hostile was hard. Saw was hard when that shit came out. Like you said, all right, so the transition went from, like Silence of the Lambs, that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Just some wild ass dude.
And that's what I'm saying. They consider scary.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs.
Well, that's my favorite genre. That's my favorite genre.
That's the psych. That's what you. It went from horror movie to psychological thriller, but the premise still was the same.
Action, is that a horror movie?
No. Now that's more
a little bit more.
That's a psychological thriller, but it's it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Yeah,
she just killed the bunny. She just right. Yeah, that ain't enough people get killed. Right, you're right.
Saw to me was the genre bender, man, because that was like, yo, man,
would you like to?
It's a regular dude.
That could happen.
That's a dude.
Now that you just said that shit,
I wasn't some scary nigga in the shadow and that shit. Like, yo,
I don't be trying to.
That happened to me, like, yo. When you go on a trip to Italy and stay in a
murder hotel,
and don't come home, like yo, like this could happen. I could go. I could have went to Ken.
I'm gonna tell you what else was kind of creepy too, though, because
I always be thinking some of the things I do in my life. I'm like, damn, I could end up in somewhere like Deliverance. I mean, I see it like that. I'm like, yo. I could get snatched or some shit like that.
Because it was loosely based on, real individuals. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was kind of creepy as well. Because that and what's the other one about the hills? The Hills Have Eyes. Yeah, that one though. That's another creepy one where it's like it's actually niggas like that. That's crazy, man. Like it's a real valley like that.
Before you even get to the road, and Brad will tell you, before you even get on the road, and tell you, son, it's gas up. Get a little gas station for like
miles and miles.
Yeah, like 50, 60 miles. Yeah,
many miles.
Like yo,
you gonna need to.
And it's inbred families in them hills. For years, like inbred families, and after years and years and years of being inbred, you got.
And that's the crazy thing, and that's the crazy thing you said that. I seen the movie. I've been through the area, but I never thought of that. Now that you said that, because when we go to the area, you see probably like 1 or 2, 3 houses within that.
Mm-hmm.
That 30, 40, 50 mile stretch.
Yeah, like what the fuck is they? Yeah. Now I'm just thinking like, yo, what the fuck are they doing out in the middle of fucking
nowhere?
I remember I remember on the Joe Rogan show. I remember he was doing an interview with the guy, and they did like exclusive footage of a family that was after 20, 30 years of inbred activity. Like it was more close, like they all like resembled each other, but they were all kind of like deformed. I think so. They actually
West Virginia.
they actually sounded like animals and shit, but they were that shit. Yeah, and the funny shit was when the animals came out, like they had more communication with the animals than they did with the actual interviewers. It's weird, man. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
I don't know if y'all ever watched the shit Soft White Underbelly.
No.
You ever seen that joint?
No.
I don't even know if I ever heard of it. What's that about, bro?
It's a dude. He go on a host trip on Cap. But he do interviews. But now he interview a lot of people. He interview like pimps, you know what I mean, drug addicts, hoes, psychedelics.
Soft White Underbelly. Tell us what that's about, y'all. Y'all know about that. I'm just getting put on to that. Soft White Underbelly.
He just do interviews.
Okay. With street life.
Right there. Look at him. You see him? They're inbred.
I think I heard of them before.
That's the Soft White Underbelly. Nigga. Go check him out when y'all get a chance. He do like one-on-one interviews, you know what I mean, with people. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Yeah, you did it. Yeah. That would be a level of exploitation.
Some of them get famous.
That's what's up.
We really feeling their stories.
Right.
He be talking the whole.
So they can get their story sold. You know what I'm saying? Get the rest of their story sold.
I've been getting listening since I was 7. That's why I'm out here now. You know what I mean? It's hard and all that. You know what I mean? It's really deep. But the Whitakers, he interview them a lot. They're inbred fans.
So listen, Fresh, it's that time. Let's get the people what they came for. It's the late hour. Let's get into it. It's that time. Need some jet fuel, bro. Oh, nah. Philly's down 3-2. Let me get some jet fuel, bro. One of the ones, too. Wild week of football. NFL action. Welcome back, NBA. Welcome back, NBA. But let's talk the football right now. Let's go through the football scores. Let's see how we did last week. Fresh go. All right.
I took a bath last week.
Think you took a bath? Let's see. All right. Jags Saints. I picked the Jags.
I picked the Jags.
All right. We both W on that one. Jags win 31-24. Jags making my earlier season prediction look good now. Ravens Lions. I picked the Ravens. Ravens is my Super Bowl pick.
I picked the Lions.
Ravens dog and prevail and dog walk the Lions 38-6, even more than what I thought. Bears Raiders. I picked the Raiders because I refused to pick the Bears.
As did I.
We both washed on that.
As did I.
Bears dominate 30-12. Shout out to what's the quarterback? Badgett.
Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor Bagent or something like that.
I
Yeah,
think it's like they call him.
yeah, he came in and listen. Another week of that might be a controversy. We had to listen. We said that one of these games would end up being the game of the day, And damn it, if the Browns and Colts didn't deliver. You picked the Colts, though.
Yes, I did.
I picked the Browns. Let's go, Browns. 39-38 in a thriller.
I thought it was many times in the game. I was like, yeah, bro.
Right. I was doing the same thing. I said,
They
okay.
look good.
I said, okay. They looking good. It's not looking good. It's not looking
Exactly.
good. Oh, shit, it's looking good. Okay.
Exactly. About that game, I was like,
39. I was like, once that thing got in the 30s, I was like, what the hell is going on here?
I don't know. It's anarchy. This is anarchy.
This game was total anarchy, too, because this one blew me out of the water. Bills, Patriots. I picked the Bills.
So as did I.
And we both I think that was the rip game. Rip your tickets up on that one. That was the one. That was the one. And in this game, I picked this one right. And a 14-7 snoozer. The Giants beat the shit out of the Commander.
That was more rip. I said no.
I picked the Giants.
Yeah, I went with his team.
You just wanted to say that because you can't really have any reason to say I'm a hater. That makes no sense. That sounds ridiculous,
man.
That makes no sense. Moving on. That sounds really ridiculous.
That was
Falcons in the.
ridiculous that you picked the Giants over your team.
I'm no longer picking with my heart. Why would I pick my team the way they play?
Better than the Giants without Daniel Jones?
No, I didn't.
He didn't.
I didn't.
And I was like, come on, man.
I did not.
I'm going with y'all.
Was I wrong? Was I wrong?
Nah.
All right then. Moving on. I wasn't wrong.
So you're the sorriest team in the league?
We very well could be.
We
We're amongst the sorriest teams. Yeah.
It's some teams.
Another few weeks will tell the tale.
So if they can't be the Giants or the Bears, who?
Oh no! Oh, you talking about the division?
Period.
Just period. I know he was talking about. We talking about period.
The Panthers.
I mean, do we? I wonder if we got them on the schedule. We can find out.
Panthers are over.
They rebuilding.
We not. That's the thing. Moving on.
I went with y'all.
Falcons, Buccaneers. This one messed me up too.
I went with the Bucks.
I went with the Bucks, and Falcons prevail 16-13. Steelers, Rams. This one fucked me up too. I picked the Rams, and I had it. I had this one.
Rams.
The Rams.
I went Rams.
They cheated them.
Steelers prevail 24-17. Cardinals, Seahawks. I got this one.
Got that one. Seahawks.
Seahawks 20-10. Broncos, Packers. This was looking close for a second.
I got Broncos.
I picked the Broncos. Chargers, Chiefs. I refused. I'm never picking the Chargers. I got this one right. Chiefs prevail 31-17. Sunday night game. This one fucked me up. I rode the wave.
I picked the Dolphins too.
I rode the wave, and we both got fucked over. Eagles beat the Dolphins 31-17. Monday night game. This will fuck me over too.
That one is where I saved my grace.
You did pick the Vikes? Okay, you picked the Vikes?
I did pick the Vikes.
The Vikes prevailed 22-17 over the 49ers.
This seemed like this was a game that the 49ers, this is the game that sort of kind of shows, and that's why I was like, why did you pick Seattle Seahawks to win the West? Because the games like this from the 49ers, man.
So first, let's do this.
The Niners, though.
Let's go over the standings because I think this is the time of the year where we just.
They beat everybody in division.
But they're gonna lose to a lot of other people.
So here go the standings, folks.
Banged up.
In the AFC East, we got the Miami Dolphins leading 5-2.
I beat everybody in my division.
Buffalo Bills 4-3. New York Jets 3-3. New England Patriots 2-5. AFC North. Baltimore Ravens 5-2, Pittsburgh Steelers 4-2, the Cleveland Browns 4-2, and the Cincinnati Bengals 3-3. AFC South.
Like I was telling y'all, that division got way better.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow got problems.
Yes, he does.
He officially has problems.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
I'm regretting my pick and I had them finishing second.
Joe.
We great to see how good all of y'all are.
Yeah, at this point.
We great to see how all of y'all are.
Let's see how good he is.
AFC South.
Good all of y'all
AFC
are.
South. Let's go Jacksonville. Wait around in the shame. Jacksonville 5-2. The surprising Houston Texans at 3-3.
Can I ask you something? Can I get off of my pick in the South? I think they have officially said there's a fire sale. So
No, you can't get off your pick. Your
fuck.
pick the pick is the pick.
The Titans.
You pick the Titans. The pick is the pick, bro.
Ah.
Titans bringing up the rear at 2-4 and appear to be having a fire sale. But they're only having a fire sale to one team, though. I mean, it's like it's a pipeline. It's like, is there a Tennessee to Philadelphia pipeline? And the AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs sitting out 6-1. They got their
Kevin
safety,
Byers,
and they also got another
safety.
player from them as well. Kansas City Chiefs sitting at
They got
6-1.
AJ Brown from him a couple years ago.
No, they got two. They just
Yeah,
got two players from the
yeah,
Tennessee Titans, aside from AJ Brown.
Told y'all Julio was gonna play.
Las Vegas Raiders 3-4. We got the Chargers at 2-4, and the Broncos at 2-5. In the NFC, starting with the NFC East, we got the Eagles leading the division at 6-1, Cowboys at 4-2, the Commanders at 3-4, and the Giants at 2-5. We got the NFC North, Detroit Lions at 5-2, Minnesota Vikings at 3-4, Green Bay Packers at 2-4, and the Chicago Bears at 2-5.
Yo, I still like the Vikings in that division.
So at my
You like the
pick,
Vikings?
I still
My
like the
okay.
Vikings.
I'm on a roller coaster with you, Drew. I'm on a roller coaster with you, cousin B. I'm on a roller coaster with y'all. I picked them to win the North.
I mean, we both picked them. We got to stick with the pick. I mean,
I still like their pick. The one
They
of
just came out there and put up no.
they came out and laid
Like,
a
come on,
dud.
man.
okay.
Nobody should look like that.
Not a high score.
Not a contender.
Yeah,
Yeah, you.
look like
What's
that.
what do I say about them? They could be problematic because of their offense, and it didn't. NFC South, Atlanta Falcons at 4-3, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 3-3, New Orleans Saints at 3-4, Carolina Panthers at 0-6. NFC West, we got the San Francisco 49ers at 5-2, Seattle Seahawks at 4-2, Los Angeles Rams at 3-4, Arizona Cardinals at 1-6. Fire and Ice performances over the weekend. Let's have it, fellas. Who wants to go first? Fire and Ice performances. Who's your fire performance?
My fire performance had to go to Myles Garrett.
Woo! Woo! Man,
record.
we had like two sacks, two forced fumbles. That nigga jumped over the line and blocked a field goal.
Blocked field goal.
Yeah, he went Super Saiyan.
That had to be my fire performance, man.
Yeah, he went Super Saiyan.
I don't know what else. Who else did better?
He went Super Saiyan.
I would say one person did better on the offensive side. Anyway, I saw the guy who I don't be giving him gruff because I love him, but he went out there and did his goddamn thing, and that would be Lamar Jackson.
You took wait a minute. I'm sorry, wait a minute.
Hello, Detroit. You're supposed to be somebody, right? Okay. Not one, not two, not three. Take these 4 touchdowns in your eye. 300 passing.
4 tutties.
Come on, man. I dominated y'all, and now I can't front. I'm starting. I got to take some of my words back. He's starting to make me take some of my words back. So I'm giving him my fire performance, and that would be Lamar Jackson.
I gotta go with AJ Brown, man. Beastly over the last 4 weeks, man. Another 125-yard game, man. Just too big. It's just too big, man. Just too big for everybody, man. 50-50 balls, man. Let me get that.
We didn't see him again.
I mean, if you do see him again, we're not.
2 starting corners.
That's fine. We're not talking about that, though.
Backups.
That's fine.
Maybe it's 2 backups.
And he did what he was supposed to do. If he didn't do that, you'd be like, he's a scrub. He continued to do what he's been doing the last 4 or 5 weeks. 125 yards,
He did.
big targets. You know what I'm saying? He did what he's supposed to do. Ice performance of the week, man. Who shit to be it?
I lined up a lot of things for these guys, man. I said they would be the surprise team in this division. They've done nothing but giving me motherfucking the shits. And that would be the Las Vegas Raiders. I think right now, I don't think everybody's.
Keep picking the Raiders and in the division with the Chiefs.
I said, no, I didn't say I picked them to win the division.
That's his pick, man.
No. I picked the Chiefs to win the division. I said my surprise team in the division would be the Raiders, but they played like shit poop this weekend, and I don't, and there's been I've been hearing the drums.
What is shit poop, bro?
Poop on top of shit.
Brian Hoyer
Exactly, and I've been hearing a lot of people from Raider Nation banging the drums. They got real loud. Fire Josh McDaniels. And if they could, they would fire fucking Mark Davis. It's real hate going on from Raider Nation to the Raiders organization, man. And I was like, yo, Tyler Pagent for the Bears. Tyler Pagent, I probably fucked his name up, but he did. He laid, but it don't even matter. But he laid him out though. Y'all have lost to everybody who comes in their first game. Let me mind you, the first game that. Remember the game when Baker Mayfield had just came off the streets that day and started for the Rams? Guess who he played against? The Raiders. Yeah. Now, it's another game. Guess who the first game was? He was a coach, pulled out of the TV. Jeff Saturday was pulled down. His first game. The only game that he won. Guess who that was against? The Raiders. Sense a theme here. And then this shit. Okay. Ice cold performance, bro. Ice performance. Who shit the bed?
As a whole, the bill shit.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the other one then. Since you go with them, I'm gonna go with the other ones.
I know somebody else who should have been.
They should have beaten the Patriots, and it's just showing that they're just a team that just you liable to get whatever from them. You liable to get something spectacular that make you think they're a contender, but then you liable to see games like this in the game versus the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Which they sneaked out and won, but. You know what I mean? You just liable to see anything. I think they should have bid this week against the Patriots. They lucky.
My highest performance goes to Justin Herbert. Man, I mean, you're just allergic to just getting it done. I watched that game, and that game was very winnable. You had 3 possessions, and you were within 7 points of the Chiefs, and you shit the bed in like 3 or 4 straight possessions. Man, Justin Herbert, man. I'll never buy any stock in the Chargers or Justin Herbert ever again. Them days is gone. You know what's funny, man? Now I had beat that drum a few years ago, and I jumped off of him. Now I have seen the national media pick up some of the shit I was saying 2-3 years ago. Like, is he over now or is he over? I was like,
I'm saying he is whatever he is.
He's allergic to the next step. It's
the defense.
No,
they got an all world. They got so many defensive stars over there.
They do. Derwin James, Asante Samuel, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa. They got numbers.
But the defense never steps up to the names they had.
But this week in particular, when there was
and I'm just saying before you go, and the year the Rams were so good, where he came from as a defensive coordinator. Their defense wasn't even all of that. It was the offense that made them what they were. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. I feel what you're saying.
So is it, you know what I'm saying? Is it?
Listen, I watched this game intently. No, go ahead, Fresh. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying there is some credence to Brandon Staley. I think he is a terrible, horrible coach. Terrible head coach.
You said terrible, horrible?
Terrible, horrible head coach. That's what I meant to say. Terrible, horrible head
coach. The thing is, that's what I'm saying. He's a terrible head coach, but he calls the defense. He's the defensive caller as the head coach. He calls the defensive plays. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And
he calls some.
And the defense ain't what the name say the defense should be.
True that.
You know what I'm saying?
True
and
that.
You're the signal caller.
Well, I can't say true that, but in essence, I kind of see what you're coming from.
I'm not losing all the games, Justin Herbert.
Hold on.
This discussion ain't about him losing all the games.
Now, hold on.
The discussion was just
I'm
simply.
saying that's where we got to stop. When you looking at the Chargers football team as they've been playing this year, Brandon Staley has been showing up and being stupid ass Brandon Staley, and they've been going for it, and they ain't been getting it, and that's on Justin Herbert and some of the plays called, which ain't got nothing to Brandon Staley. Guess who stopped these teams when he's made stupid ass decisions? The defense. Now, when it comes to Justin Herbert and the role that he plays in all of their success, when we look at quarterbacks and their team as it equates to their success, he has gotten so much more praise. I said I'm way past that. But now he is not even the guy who they're saying he was supposed to be. Like, it was kind of on him. Or these games are kind of on him. Even though we see the talent, he's morphing more into a Dak Prescott, like, you kind of making the critical mistake, or not make the critical mistake, but you can't make the critical play at the proper time when you need to make the critical play. I've been off him because I was like, if he was that guy, he would just be that fucking guy. And his team would just be good because he good. Obviously, that ain't the case. They might be. They are who they are.
Bro. Thanks for walking with us from the beginning, B. Stu.
Yeah, B. Stu, day one round here. And he's one, and I'm saying, like, for all the things that, like, oh, Justin Herbert is top 5 quarterback, like, no, there are 5, 6, maybe 7, 8 quarterbacks that have done things that he hasn't done. And he has control over some of the turnovers. He has control over some of the plays. He has control over some of the things that hasn't happened on offense, let alone the defense. They've been some names, more name than substance, and the head coach doesn't help them. But the main person out of this whole equation, who I say Justin Herbert, because if he was the guy that everybody says he is, they wouldn't be 2-4.
But
period.
They could be 2-4. He doesn't. They have no shortage of putting up points. They like in the top 5 in scoring.
Well, I wouldn't.
Let me offer this commentary in regards to that. It's not how many points you score; it's when you score. It's when you score, because a quarterback is judged on timeliness when you need it. You got to put them points up when you need it.
24-0 or 24-7. And the defense
totally agree.
Gives up 24 unanswered points. Now we down 35-24.
Now you still have to answer the bell as the X amount of $1 million man as the quarterback. That's the responsibility heaped on you. If you're trying to be mentioned in the same breath as a Patty Mahomes and a Aaron Rodgers at one point in time, you got to answer that bell. It's unfortunate that your defense gave up 35 straight. So now it's on you. If you have the requisite arm talent and the requisite expectation, until I don't expect it anymore. Now I don't expect it anymore. So now that expectation is not on you. Moving on. What did we learn this weekend? Or what did we learn? Real quick, what did we learn? What did we learn this weekend?
I learned the Scholar Coaster is a real thing. Well, I ain't gonna say I learned it was a real thing. I knew it was a real thing. I learned that I think I might be a little bit more on the Scholar Coaster than I thought I was. Because I've been picking them as a division chance for last 3-4 years. I just fuck with cousins like that. But I think I'm a little bit more on a Scholar Coaster than I thought I was. I think that's what I learned this weekend.
What'd you learn this weekend?
Parity.
It's real.
There's a lot of parity in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? About 3-4, 4-3s, 5-1s, 1-5s. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of parity. It's anybody's year.
Ooh.
It's anybody's year.
Now, I used to give this man a lot of guff, but when had some people shout out, they said, man, how about them Steelers? I can't front, man. Look, I don't give a fuck how you.
Hold on. It's coming around to we said earlier, if the scuttlebutt coming out of Pittsburgh is correct, look for the Steelers to make some noise.
Hello. I'm not seeing how they cheated.
I'm just saying.
That could be true. But somebody said, how about those Steelers? And I'm like, all right, I'm not.
Shout out to Steeler Nation, man. Wave them terrible towels, man. Y'all doing well. Shout out to the man, Mike Tomlin, man. We take no Mike Tomlin slander on this page, man. If there's one guy that what you mean what happened to him?
Man, did you hold up, man?
Elaborate why you bring that name up. I'm just curious.
What you say?
It just came to my mind that everybody watching football and shit.
Yeah.
Boycott when he was doing everything, on Facebook and Instagram, fuck football, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I never said fuck football. I actually never did say. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I never said. I'm just saying. That was my stance. I never said fuck football.
We're having a cabinet for those who was.
Yeah, those who was like fuck football and.
Just like everything else. Kaepernick has been reaching out to people about trying to get on their teams. Kaepernick ain't playing. Kaepernick ain't trying to play no football.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
If he's trying to play football, he'd be playing for the USFL or the XFL. He got a spot. He ain't trying to play no football. Because you ain't getting back in the league, my man. It ain't how you wasn't getting back in the league to begin with. When you was actually ready to play.
Well, if you ain't playing for the love of football, you ain't going to the USFL, the XFL. I don't think he's playing just for the love of football. I ain't saying that's good, right, wrong, or different.
There, though, if I'm trying to play
football, right, that's what I'm saying.
I was in the league. I'm not. If I'm trying to play in the league. I'm not going.
Right, but you ain't gonna play in the league, and he know that.
Oh, yeah.
I said after listen, the last 2 years, 2-3 years, that whole shit's been a charade. He knew he wasn't going nowhere. He knew he wasn't playing no football.
Man, he knew he wasn't going once he sued them and he won, and they had to pay.
Well, there you go.
He knew from that day forth when they had
he should have known
when they had to pay him. That you were never we're not gonna pay you we're not gonna pay you twice.
We can. You're not double dipping. You double dipping now.
Company
Double dipping.
You
double dipping now.
Has got sued and hired the nigga back and then put him on salary.
NFL is a company.
That's what I said. No company in the history of America.
NFL is a company.
I don't think in the history
it is a very large, a Fortune 500 company.
That you could sue me, win money, and then I pay you to play.
Well, that would
to work for me. No company has ever done that.
Well, the NFL is like, now he can't. Well,
no company.
I wouldn't bring him back around.
I wouldn't do it.
I'm like,
You wouldn't do it.
If you feel like
Nice wouldn't do it.
If you feel like you was colluded against, why would you keep coming over here?
A nigga that sued us and then hiring back and pay him a salary.
But I'm assuming with nobody taking any fault on any side, just a settlement, just like, all right, well, let me show up. Like, nigga, you don't get the message.
Nigga,
you don't get the message.
Nigga, you sued me. You got all the man. Get out of here.
But he's like, yo, but I'm saying, I ain't saying that y'all discriminated against me. Like, man, nigga, you better get the fuck out of here, Kaepernick. We ain't trying to say that, but that's what the fuck we said. Better get the fuck out of here.
We ain't trying to say that, but that's what we saying.
That's what the fuck we saying. Get the fuck, we paid you now. You really trying, you smacked us in our face. You showing up. Hey, New York Jets. I see Aaron Rodgers just went down. Colts. Y'all could use a veteran backing up.
We can, but it ain't you.
Nah, nigga, we didn't pay. That ship is sailed on you. Man, take your money. I hope it was worth it. Go ahead. But I know you don't love football like that because you will be in the XFL, USFL. Like you keep trying to get in there. Like, man, they don't want you. Just go home.
You playing that? You walking the fence, man. You know ain't nobody picking you up, but you gonna keep playing that narrative. So I mean, it was cool 4 or 5 years ago, Cat. But stop, man.
Do we just dismiss the fact? Do we just dismiss the fact that I thought? And a lot of people thought it was a good chance that he was going to be on somebody's team back in the day.
I did the first 2 years of the boycott. Yeah,
and I'm talking about man. The Ravens had offered him some shit. Actually, I know of 2 teams that offered him some shit, but the Ravens was serious until his lady had said some fuck shit about him.
And he was like, yeah, well, that's my lady. He was like, oh, okay, we can't play around here then. We was bringing you in. Come to find out, he didn't really need the paper because Nike was paying him. You know what I mean?
True.
He was getting broke off, so he was good.
But that,
He was good.
That questions like, why the fuck you keep showing up to take somebody's spot in football? You ain't really trying to play football.
Nah, it's a publicity stunt.
You trying to play football, and you trying to get the accolades and the spotlight.
No disrespect to
and
the
all other
movement
shit
that he was kneeling for, but
invest 100% in that shit, please, brother. If you won. Did she put NFL? I won. You can say that.
It's just funny how everybody condemned the NFL at that time.
It was niggas talking that boycott shit.
Yeah, I'm not never watching it.
I'm a very, very, very hard line dude on. I personally don't like going to football games. I personally like sitting at home, watching the home experience. I get my replays. I get to eat my dips and all that. You know what I mean? I love sitting on my couch. So boycotting the NFL is silly to me because I'm gonna watch the games. It's my entertainment.
I'll say something.
You know what I mean? Now, if it gets to the point where we're really ready to move something, we're really ready to move the needle, let me know, and I'll do it. But until we're ready to do that, I love NFL football. I love NFL football. When we ready to do something, I'll do something. But until then, I love my couch view. Listen, I'm not the guy to go to a game. To keep it a bean, the only person on this planet that I'm going to a game with is my son. You know what I mean? And you know, I go with my friends to bug out, but I'm not interested in really going to games. I'm not a live game person. I miss all the replays and all that. So
Some days is over with her.
with that being said, man, welcome back, NBA. Welcome back.
All night.
We got the Phillies and a nail biter. Phillies and a nail biter, man. Phillies and a nail biter. Philadelphia Nation. You know, stay tight, man. Stay tight. It's coming down to the wire. Welcome back, NBA. You know, we coming back with that that NBA broadcast, bro. Like I said, you might get 3 nights a week from us, man.
Right there.
You might get 3 nights a week from us. Shout out to the Concert Crew Podcast.
Busy November, man.
Go Talk coming back. We gave y'all a little appetizer with the Dev Chambers interview. Shout out to Devi Ice.
Yeah, shout out to Devi Ice.
Shout out to Devi Ice, man.
Davis, you talk, we listen around here.
Tell.
You talk, we listen around here.
Listen. You better listen.
Like I said, check your inbox, bro.
Mark, you better come loaded, man. Come loaded. And listen. We're going to hear from somebody you seldom hear from in this whole thing. We're going to keep that on the low. Somebody you seldom hear from.
That's in the industry what they call a teaser.
Somebody you seldom hear from. But I'm sure he got some gems.
Yes, we got
I'm sure he got some gems. Mark, get at us.
Yes, get at us.
Doc, get at us.
DOC, Mr. C. I'm with Mr. C.
Let's get part 3 of that Go Talk going, man. You know what I mean?
LB, bro.
The inaugural.
I know you got off of the Raiders, man.
Nah, he ain't get off
Raiders,
of L. Me and L in the same boat. L like, man, fuck them niggas, man.
So we have our first one of you was like, I ain't flying no flag. This is drop around this motherfucker.
L like, man, fuck them niggas, man.
Fan around this motherfucker.
I feel you, bro. Listen, man.
It was real.
Listen.
But the B-ball tonight, how you feeling? What's some of your picks? What's some of your
we ain't doing that right now, freshman.
We gotta do
not right now. Not right now, bro. Not right now. Closing thoughts, man. Let's wrap them up, man. We want to keep the people, man.
Oh, man. Feeling lovely, man. Thank y'all for coming out, watching, man. Whoever's watching, YouTube, Facebook,
Twitter,
all the platforms we on, man. Thank you for watching, man. Thank you.
Man, it was a lot of y'all, man. It was a lot of y'all, man. I wish I could name all of y'all, but thank y'all for walking with us. Thank y'all for helping us grow, man. We only growing.
Walk with us, man.
Thank y'all
Walk with
for
us.
walking with us, man. We've been growing.
Walk with us.
tonight, man, I learned that you know what had Fresh on Fire was a lot.
Oh man, whoa. Listen. We got so wrapped in, man. Hold on. Close us out. What's got you on fire, bro? Close us out.
Yeah, what got Fresh on Fire was when around the time when we was talking about you know, Dwight Howard and like bro said, man, he's probably gay. He's probably gay. And what the thing that had got to me was I was like, man, it's these days and times, man, and our preface is, man, it just don't count to not be you. And the shit that got me fucked up and kind of got me on fire, man, is 2023, y'all. Why haven't we started being who we are or who you want to be? Stop hiding behind all of these facades. Stop hiding behind all this fame and fortune, and you will serve yourself and do yourself justice just by going out and being who you feel you are closer to inside. Just do it. You only got one chance on this earth. I'm imploring everyone to go out and be their own people. If you want to go out and have a man and another man named Kitty, do that. What I'm saying is don't be hiding that. I ain't saying you got to put it on First Street, but if that's what you like to do it. Don't be letting nobody trying to extort you, because that's when you added your character and people are like, nah, man, I wasn't doing that. Oh, you wasn't doing that? You ain't really hold me down with your whole 7-foot frame? Nah. If you was doing you from the gate, could nobody stop your motherfucking ass from doing all the shit you did in basketball either. It wasn't like they was going to not pick you up. You was defensive player of the year, what, not one, not two, not three, but 4 times? You think they was not going to have that on their team in some capacity? If you still want to just have a little kitty in your life? Please, people, I implore you. You get one chance to go around on this earth, this green marble, this blue water that rotates 365 days around the earth. You only get one chance. Please do not be afraid to go out and fucking be you. And that's what the fuck got Fresh on Fire.
Absolutely, man. Way to close it out, man. Once again, you could be anywhere in the world, man, but you're here with us. We appreciate the walk with us. Shout out to everybody checking in, man. Shout out B Matt. Shout out E Square Cigar Lounge. Shout out to Concert Crew Podcast. Shout out to everybody, man, that rocks with us.
Kia,
Absolutely.
Stewart, Live, Hanif,
T-Warren,
Live Alive, A-Rab, Tori,
you know, the usual crew.
Coach Mike Kellum.
Absolutely. So with that being said, like I said, keep in mind, you could be anywhere in the world, but you rocking with us. We appreciate you walking with us. Until next week or the next broadcast, this is the Fire and Ice crew. E-Way all day. Take us out of here, Fresh.
We live at the Fire and Ice podcast, man, and it's certain moments that you have when you do these things, and I think it's more the moment.
These guys came from Woodland, Delaware.
Where was you from?
Now,
from the
who's
east
fighting
side.
right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's fighting right now? Who's Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him.
Listen, man, it's your boy